Alright, hello everyone. It's been a while, but Resident Evil 3 is finally out, and I've beaten this game a whole bunch. Seen some middling reviews, and I don't know, we're gonna do this one more time before I settle in on a decision about this game, because Resident Evil 3 of the classic original games, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 3 is my favorite. So, let's find out one last time. Shame it does not say Resident Evil 3. Shame it does not open with that old school music, but that's fine. Uh, there we go. I have all the bonuses unlocked, but we're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna just use a little bit of them because we're gonna play on Inferno. So, I do not recommend you play Assisted. I think it's kind of a waste. I think it should have been Standard, Hardcore, and Nightmare. I think Inferno and Assisted are very wasted in this game. Inferno should have just straight up been rolled into Nightmare. As you can see, I just wish that enemies weren't as strong in Inferno. I wish it was just Nightmare with the fewer typewriters and autosave disabled. Standard is basically the easy mode of Resident Evil 2. Hardcore is basically the normal mode of Resident Evil 2. Nightmare is harder than Resident Evil 2's hardest difficulty, and Inferno is just crazy, unbelievably difficult. I don't know why, but it just is, so we're gonna do that. Also, these cool little tidbits show up, but the problem is they don't appear every time. So, unless you die a lot, you're not gonna see these descriptions. So instead of that old school intro, it's all live action. And yes, this pandemic that we are currently going through today, we have not gone to this fire, burning, rioting. We're not there yet, but we're close.
Citywide emergency has been declared.
The CDC has quarantined the lower Midwestern region of the U.S.
So basically all this live action shit, while cool, it was basically just the trailer in that first trailer we saw. I still think it's cool. But it also makes sense because this is an engine, the RE engine they're using is also all about scanning photorealistic people in. Makes sense they would just go all out and make a live action sequence. Fun fact, to scan Nemesis in, rather than making him from scratch, I'm pretty sure they made a real model of him, and I think that's what you're seeing there with some CGI touches. Resident Evil 3. Funny enough, Resident Evil 2 and 3 do not say remake. They just say 2 and 3. Which explains a lot as we go through this game. Sleepyhead Jill waking up, starring in first person. A mode we haven't seen since 7. Unless you mod it the fuck in. Also, she woke up with her clothes, maybe. I should point out that this is the 1990s, so this game will hopefully make sense as to why Jill just does not know what the fuck is going on. Close this window, pretty chilly outside and had no idea how she's fucking sleeping at all. This is a cool touch. Fan blown away, that shit stopped blowing. Very cool, very cool. Not much to explore. Dark, stormy night, not exactly the best way to open your story, but that is fine. Jill looking like Zoe, or whoever the main Mia. Also losing a fuck ton of water. So this bit was also in the trailer, and unfortunately misled literally everybody to what Jill would be going through, but this is still cool. Oh, my game freaked out just then. I hope no one saw that. Also weird that it would be a Glock and not her Star's handgun. Oh yeah, I'm not wearing the default outfit. Well, that kind of ruins it a little.
Gets worse every night.
So let's explore Jill's apartment fully.
3 more days, then I can kiss this town goodbye.
Jill is planning to leave, and I wonder why. So somehow Jill was sleeping through all this
What's going
shit.
on out there?
Oh, I have never seen that before. I've never seen her question. So let's look at why she was knocked out.
Too many pills.
So, after the events of Resident Evil 1, like any sane person, she would have the hardest of hardcore PTSD, requiring some clearly hard amount of drugs to keep her sleeping. But that doesn't seem to be working, because she's been thrown into the deep end, literally investigating Umbrella so hard she doesn't sleep properly anymore. Which is really depressing in a way. And we're gonna find out why. Jill's report. September 26, 1998. It's already been 2 months since that mess with Umbrella. Thanks to the suspension, investigations haven't progressed exactly as I'd hoped. Perhaps this written record of what I found will prove to be my final duty as a STARS officer. I can only hope that it leads to the truth. The T-virus. Those infected by this virus seem to become literal zombies. It appears to be communicable via several different avenues outlined below. Bite from an infected individual, allowing the mixing of bodily fluids, contact with crows, which are not in this game, which have eaten infected carrion. Due to the strength of the virus, airborne infection cannot be discounted, which is what happens and why everyone's infected in the first place in Raccoon City. It should be noted that those who survived the incident have not yet developed symptoms. It's unclear whether this is because the virus has a long incubation period, or because we just happen to be resistant to the infection. We ought to remain vigilant even after this investigation period ends. As for me, aside from my minor difficulty sleeping, I seem to be in fine shape, ignoring the hard PTSD I'm going through. Still, I shouldn't get too hopeful. After all, this could be an extended incubation, almost foreshadowing what happens to her later on. Investigation notes: Umbrella. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure this is the same HQ that Claire breaks into in the opening of Code Veronica, which we will get a lot of hints at throughout the story. Umbrella, pharmaceuticals company, industry leader in market share, focuses on military weapons development while maintaining cover as a pharmaceutical company, also secretly developing bioweapons. T-virus outbreak at Arkley Mountains Research Facility predicated the Mansion incident, so I'm pretty sure they're talking about 0 leading into 1. Conspiring with Raccoon City leadership. Large donations to Mayor Warren's office. Effectively controls the city. So, this is one of the reasons why I actually dislike the new opening for the remake. I think the original remake really helped itself in leading as to why Jill was really upset with the whole city. How she was kind of preparing. She mentions that like the city was already bought out, and that Raccoon City was already under the control of Umbrella, since Umbrella, like, this is one of their main hubs, so they provide a lot of jobs and a lot of, I guess, economical support to the city, which is why a lot of people stay here, they move here, they work here, right? So when anyone kind of shit talks Umbrella, they're all like, oh, you're crazy, get the fuck out of here, and you'll be kind of excommunicated from the city. Is there stars picture? We'll get a better look at that later on. Unsealed envelope. They've got me pinned down at home. Guys across the street are watching me from their window 24/7. Are they Ironses? Umbrellas? I don't know, and there's no real difference anyway. I know what they're trying to do. They want to wear me down, torment me into compliance, and it's working. I'm barely eating, barely sleeping, going crazy. I feel like I'm the living dead. But I won't let them win. I have to get out of the city and find a way to make them accountable. To send someone to silence me, of course. Funny. If you hear that I've been killed, or whatever it is they do to people like me, you must pick up the investigation where I left off. I've enclosed my files. They'll tell you everything you need to know as long as this package isn't intercepted. I'll be moving out at night, 5 days, wish me luck. So, she wrote that, I don't know, I guess a few days ago, because here she mentions she's gonna leave in 3 days. Also, fun fact, that picture of that dog was in, I think 2 and 3, where they mentioned this is like, this is something that Jill must care for, and it was a picture of her puppy or dog. It is not here, which is kind of dark. Anything else? Yeah. Message from a colleague. To Jill Valentine. Hey, hotshot, how you holding up? I still can't believe Iron suspended you. It's such bullshit. He ought to pin a medal on you for making it out of this hellhole back in July with, like, Chris, Barry, Rebecca, I guess Billy, and Brad. Oh, but whatever. Of course you're going to poke around and ask questions about it. I hope you're not mad at me for keeping my head down. Everything's been happening so fast. Stars was the pride of the force. When the chief disbanded us out of nowhere, I thought for sure I was going to lose my job. Word has it you're planning to leave Raccoon City. I figured you wouldn't take the suspension lying down. Just promise to watch your back. Umbrella won't sit by while you try to dismantle their business. Take care, Jill. Brad Ficker, Stars Alpha Team, now and forever. P.S. Had to slip this message to the pizza guy to avoid detection. Enjoy the extra large Mega Meat Supreme. It's on me and the guys. So when Stars disbanded, it seemed like Chris, Barry, and Rebecca somehow managed to get out before all this shit went down, but not Jill and Brad. In fact, as you know, in Resident Evil 2, Claire comes into town and finds the message that, or depending on your scenario, Claire is either told or finds the note that Chris has already left, and left the note for Barry and Jill to tell Claire. Now, I don't know how Barry gets out, but Jill obviously will not get the chance to even tell Claire or even find it. Ugh, it's a mess. Really don't like what they did with the remake timelines. There's my girl in the Stars outfit. This is her best outfit. It looks so good. It's alright. Check yourself, girl. You got a lot of shit to do now. Good transition. Also, for whatever reason, this girl just does not turn off her water.
Who could that be?
Shitty fridge she's got. She is obviously not looked after herself at all. Very understandable.
Alright, I'm coming.
We're gonna see if we can wear out as much of her ambient dialogue as possible. But how did
Just
she
a
not
sec.
know all this was going down? I understand that she was kept watch, and it was going to be very hard for her to leave her house, obviously, like it's all in shambles. And she's barely
Or
had
you
to
could
ration.
call back.
Ha! I didn't hear that one. But yeah. Well, we're gonna find out. As long as she doesn't have more to say. Guess she doesn't have more to say.
Hello?
Jill, are you okay?
Brad, is that you?
Listen, you gotta get out of there.
What are you talking about?
I don't have time to explain. You gotta get out of there right now.
Alright, let me grab my...
So it seemed like Jill was gonna grab her coat or whatever for her like her Resident Evil 3 outfit, but yeah, this dude shows up. There's a Star's gun. She will not use. At least you wouldn't be able to use it in the regular game. Nemesis looking cool as ever.
What the hell is that thing?
So that wooden door seemed to have kept him from breaking it down, which is kind of funny. Also, they don't seem to make it clear as to how... So as you can see, shit.
No way.
So shit has gone down very badly. So somehow, and I think they remade the timeline, when Jill wakes up, that's when everything turns to shit. Rather than things have already been going down really badly in the past 4 or 5 days, right? And I don't know how to feel about that. For one of being a survival horror protagonist, you have to be exceedingly lucky. Also, you have to be exceedingly strong. That would have shattered anyone's hips and ribs.
Okay.
Even this would have hurt significantly. Let alone getting kicked in the fucking ribs by fucking Nemesis over here. Look at this. There's a really shitty death scene here. If you don't do anything, he just kind of knocks you over and slams that pillar on you. But it's like the worst death scene. It's not very creative. And this leads into the opening of Resident Evil 3, the original, where all of a sudden she's blown out of her apartment, ready to go. Surrounded by like 5 zombies. It was a really weird opening. So this does that opening better, but it's missing the intro. And I think they really needed both, but oh well.
Jill? Over here!
Brad,
You okay?
what was that thing?
Damn if I know. But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town. You and me. I'm not sticking around. Just look around you. The longer we wait, the more screwed we are.
The voice models don't seem to match what they're
This all
saying.
happened so fast.
I don't know. One fucked up thing always leads to another. It's like Arclay on steroids.
Hey! Hey, wait! Down here! Damn it!
So it's unfortunate that radio isn't subtitled, but shit's going down fast all of a sudden, right? Jill just mentioned it, it's like, how did all this shit go down? And I guess they hand wave it with, I don't know.
Dreaming. How could this many people be infected?
Apparently somewhere around here you can find Nemesis's pod. I think this is it. Yeah, here it is.
This logo. I should have known.
Fun fact, she'll notice that logo, but not Carlos's. Also Jack's bar.
Brad! Here they come!
I died right here on the first run through of Inferno because I didn't manage to avoid the first 2 zombies. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do it here to save myself embarrassment.
So many.
And also, just like the third game, there's a shitload of zombies.
Door behind you, go!
So Brad meets his fate here, rather than at the hand of Nemesis, which is... I
Make a run for it!
kind of prefer this a little more.
We know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Are we still a team?
Always.
Then do me a favor. Don't fuck up like I did. Go!
So they reworked Brad's character to be more well-meaning in the remakes. In the original, Brad was actually legitimately like a coward. He would like run away for whatever reason. And I remember in 3, he like freaks the hell out. Whereas in here, he goes to Jill, he tries to warn her, and he gives his life protecting her. I think I prefer this one more, but I do wish he got killed by Nemesis instead. Still. Also,
Sorry.
there'd be a whole section where you fight zombies off with Brad too in the bar. And I don't know if it's the same bar from Outbreak. I can't really remember. It's a zombie, but we're not going to deal with that. So we're just going to run. And I hope I don't get bit. Yeah.
You! Down there! Get to the parking garage roof!
Parking garage. Got it.
So here we're at the warehouse.
Sir, are you alright?
Stay back! Don't come any closer!
Hey, come on. There's a helicopter waiting to take you to safety.
What safety? I'm not going out there!
The parking garage isn't far. I can
The
take
only safe place is in here!
Sir, what's your name? I can't just leave you behind.
It's Dario Rosso. And yeah, right. You just want to steal my safe house. Get your own, Missy.
Missy? Would you please calm down? I'm a police officer. I'm here to help.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've been doing a bang-up job. You want to help? Go handcuff yourself to one of those freaks.
Sir, this is your last chance. No one else is coming for you.
I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters. Now leave me alone.
So that's Dario from Resident Evil 3, and this is the warehouse from the original as well. Up there is where you would save the game, actually, when you'd run through here. And when you run into Dario, you know, you have this kind of whole spiel and how he doesn't want to go out there. You find out, I think, that either by a file or him yelling and screaming after you talk to him a whole bunch, that his daughter or whatever tried to get out. And if you explore the surrounding area, you find her being eaten, and that's just fucking depressing. Right, so it makes sense that he's kind of panicked, he's kind of scared. But in this one, he's just kind of a cunt.
Damn! She's trying to kill me!
Okay.
Stop that! You're gonna hear from my lawyer! Stop that! My brother-in-law is a lawyer!
And I guess that's it. That's all you hear from him, because he's fucking dead. I think in the original you can actually run back here and find out zombies did in fact break this door open and eat him. But it is what it is. We are not going to reload. We want to save as much handgun ammo as possible. It is shocking that dude doesn't just bite him, but like I said, Jill has to be lucky. So, the garage is also another big part. Well, I wouldn't say big, but it's decent. It's a decent part of the original. You would come through here, and eventually at some point, the floor would collapse and give you a choice. Whether Jill chooses to fall in or jump over the hole that's happening. But other than that, the garage didn't really do much.
Shit!
Okay, we're out of here. I forgot to mention this, but I actually haven't seen all these cutscenes, so it's really cool seeing how she's kind of like maneuvering her way through. How she's just tired, so very, tired. Also, they reworked the helicopter. The helicopter would usually try to pick you up in the clock tower because they call for help. But here, it's just, well, here, and bad things will go down. Again, that would have shattered your back, straight up.
Sorry.
I like that Jill has such respect for people even though they're dead.
Come on. Start, damn it.
Good thing Nemesis is slowly walking towards us like he's
bitch.
That's nice. There's a couple of cool death scenes here, all of them involving him tentacling you to death. Also, I don't know if Jill would have survived this. But she survived Darkly, so I guess whatever, right? Also, this was the 1990s. I don't think cars were even that strong. Jill clearly should have died right here. Again, in Free, she got blown out of her apartment, so who the fuck cares, right? Very cool intro for Nemesis. Very, very cool. I really do like his new design.
Hey! Fuckface!
Also, suddenly he's just stopped being on fire.
Hey, easy, lady. I got you.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Name's Carlos, and I'm saving you. Come on, let's get you someplace safe.
He just took the rocket and he's just sitting there. That's kind of funny. I didn't know that's what happened.
I think we're in the clear.
Hope so.
We've been bringing survivors here.
Here where?
My guys have converted some subway cars into a shelter. It's safe.
I'm fine.
Personal space. Okay, I get it. Let's go. Oh, come on.
That's weird. She doesn't know who Carlos is. Oh wait, no. Yeah, he just said it.
We're
Never
gonna have
mind.
to go around.
Hey, what do you know about that monster?
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it. But it's no zombie. It knows what it wants and won't stop till it gets it. Don't you like that in a man?
No thanks. He's all yours.
Listen, I promise you're in good hands. I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. UBCS for short.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? Look, you don't have to trust me, but I'm going to the shelter. You coming? Come on, it's this way.
I think I can stop here safely. Yeah, so Jill wasn't entirely sure who Carlos was, even though multiple times she saw that shoulder badge on him, but whatever. This is basically the start of the demo. The train yard has also been reworked. Rather than being a middling section, basically the cap off of the Act 1 of Resident Evil 3, this is the start of Act 1 for Resident Evil 3 Remake. And this is also... She also meets Carlos really early on here too. I don't think she even finds out who he is in the original for quite some time, but here they are, they meet, kind of teaming up. This is also very similar to what happens in Umbrella Chronicles, where they meet up and they co-op almost immediately. So let's continue forward. Oh, no. Carlos being very patient with Jill.
Hey, Captain. fine young lady could use our help.
Everyone's so well animated, oh my god.
Carlos, you didn't even think to ask fine young lady her name? She is an elite operative of RPD, Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Her name is something Valentine.
It's Jill.
Nice to meet you, Jill. I am UBCS platoon leader Mikhail Victor. My team was sent here to rescue civilians.
Right. How's that going for you?
The city is completely cut off, isolated. Most of the 100,000 civilians will wind up dead. Correction, undead. My platoon has suffered serious losses. Just keeping them alive is more than I can manage.
Well, you can thank your corporate overlords for that.
Yes. Well, we are doing all we can. If we can get this subway train moving, we can evacuate some survivors. But we need help. My men cannot do this alone.
All right. I'm in. But I am on their side, not yours.
Oh, hey. It's cool. We all want the same thing.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, Super Cop. Here you go. We can use this to stay in contact.
I know what a radio is.
Okay, first things first. We need to get you geared up. Head up to street level. You'll find supplies there.
All right.
So one cool thing is, I think this is one of the few times
They really took a chunk out of
you
you.
see them use first aid spray.
Nothing that I will miss.
And I guess in canon it's like a crazy ass fucking disinfectant or whatever. I guess we could use that right now too. But yeah, there's this versions of Mikhail. And I think he's way better. He's a combination of what, depending on where you run into him, you can run into him a little earlier in Resident Evil 3, and he's kind of like either mumbling to himself or he's just kind of flat out knocked unconscious. This is like a combination of him where he's a little bit more, I guess, commander-y, and it's better. It's just way better. Find that a lot in this remake, in that all the characters are actually way better. UBCS Ammo Crafting Guide. On the battlefield, if you run out of ammo, your gun's as useful as a wet fart. Want to stay alive out there? Then get these basic formulas into your skull. Once you're stocked up, get out there and join the party. Let's give those dead motherfuckers something to eat. Just make sure you don't become dessert. So 90% of the UBCS is just wiped out, and you find out why later. Some cool references here and there. My game freaked the hell out there before. Let's continue forward. So, because this is a new game plus, so run through, it's using Nightmare's enemy and item layout, which we're going to see in a little bit. The tabloid front page. The Cannibal Murders, a complete digest, huh? It's a little dark. In the grey morning of September 25th, a frantic caller telephoned RPD to report an assault. A man described as disheveled, like a vagrant, was attacking a passerby north of the Lambs Museum of Art. The responding officers discovered a mutilated corpse of a woman by some dumpster nearby. Dozens of bite marks covered her body and she had been dismembered, suggesting she had been eaten. The third known incident of its kind to occur in Raccoon City this month. So who done it? Who's been munching on man steak? We here at the news comment have had a gnawing feeling that the so-called cannibal disease patients Spencer Memorial has been providing treatment to since August might not just be settling for the cafeteria food. Our reporters have infiltrated Spencer Memorial, asked the tough questions, and come back with horror stories that will make your stomach royal. Turn a page for the scoop, which they will not let. So, aside from the hilariously insensitive way they, like, wrote that article, yeah, they were on the money.
Joe? It's me again. You topside yet?
Working on it. So what's the plan?
The old tanks got me clearing the tracks. You mind getting the subway infrastructure back online?
And how do I do that?
Let's start by restoring power. I'll navigate you to the substation once you hit the main road.
Copy that. Let's do this fast.
So, this is what your inventory should look like. But on New Game Plus, you can, when you obviously beat the game, you unlock a shop with all the points that you get by, you know, doing certain feats, achievements, what have you. One of the things you should buy almost immediately are extra hip pouches. So, and all the hip pouches should be around here. Cool stuff, right? Now, obviously, you do not start the game straight up with a Magnum just here. That would just be fucking stupid if new game, like regular new game, started you off with a Magnum. Cool features is the first time you pick up an item, get that scene.